Business ownership can provide an interesting aspect to a divorce. Almost every case, when someone owns a business, that will be considered a marital asset, which means that it is subject to division by the court. Now, rarely is the court going to actually divide someone's business, make them sell it and liquidate, or give, let's say, a spouse that had no operational interest in the business, give that person a 50% ownership of it. That's rarely going to happen. What will happen most likely is that the owner operator will be awarded 100% of that business, but their spouse will be compensated for the interest that they had in that business. So let's say maybe a husband runs some kind of construction business. He may be awarded that business, but we're going to need to know what the value of that is so that we can offset the value that he was awarded in the business by value to the wife, maybe by her getting a larger portion of equity in the house or percentage of retirement being adjusted to offset her interest in that business. Businesses in a divorce can be evaluated differently. You can hire an expert to do that. In some respects, that's going to be the best way to go. In other respects, we can value it based on the inventory, looking at what kind of profits and what kind of liabilities there are. If we can get to an understanding with the other side as to what a business is worth, then hopefully we can reach an agreement regarding that valuation and other aspects of the divorce. If there's no agreement, if he says it's worth $1 million and she says it's worth $10 million, there's a big difference there. And so you're going to need someone to back up your valuation, which is usually going to be an expert. So a prenuptial agreement will define what assets are marital and what assets the court can divide, and often how they will be divided. So if you already own a business and you are looking at entering into a marriage and you know that you do not want that business to be subject to division in the event of divorce, it would be best practice to have a prenuptial agreement entered, signed, in place prior to marriage, and list that entity, that business entity, as a asset, either separate asset, or if it's going to be a joint asset, go ahead and outline how that other spouse's interest will be compensated in the event of dissolution of the marriage. In almost every situation where someone owns a business and they're going through a divorce, that business will be awarded to one party. It would be bad practice for these two people to continue to operate a business together if they're getting a divorce. And just like the assets of that business will be awarded to one party, the debts will be awarded to that party as well. So when it comes to offsetting a spouse's interest in a business, it's important to take the whole picture, because businesses aren't just a collection of assets, they're a collection of debts too. So you would want to offset the value of the business by the debts that it currently holds. So if you own a business and you're contemplating a divorce, give us a call so that we can answer your questions.